Wales. Yes, Wales is part of the United Kingdom and they're also part of Britain. Is it or more Britain? Also United Kingdom. We country back film Britain. When we come here now, United Kingdom. Send me na me Ghana for edin ko na how the system no is it here or country or this place happens to be my 16th country. So me kind of year. Because wa to coin man from the way I no must here or other place. Now and my name is Sister Mavis Sapon and ebedi nkomo. She happens to be a health practitioner here in the country. Na Wales in England no one yakoyepe ntino hankomo no opeso ba UK especially if you want to be a nurse at a care you come nice say you be a nurse and kasa and now and sister good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Who's brought from the bar? How is Wales?
I would say Wales is a lovely country and like you said, it's part of the UK and not many people know about it, but it's a nice country. The weather, I would say, is a little bit rainy and colder than it is in England and London, but in all, it's a pretty country and I've loved it since I've been here.
For how long now?
11 years.
11 years?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Somebody would ask, why would you come to Wales? We all know, England is popular than all the other 3 countries which make up the UK.
Yeah. So actually, when I was back in Ghana, I was preparing to go to England to study, but we went for this educational fair down in a hotel in Ghana, I can't remember now. Okay. And I met the Welsh school there, and that was the first time I've ever heard of Wales.
Wow.
And I even thought it was part of the Nordic countries. So I was like, oh, Wales, I won't be able to speak their language. And the man was like, no, it's part of the UK and we speak English.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I started searching, and that was University of South Wales. So I Google it and search more about Wales, and I was like, oh, it's quite nice. It's not so populated compared to England.
Right now, I think population is around 3.1 million people.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. And their school admission process was so straightforward compared to the one in England. So I was like, oh, why not? And yeah, that was it then. I applied, got accepted, and before I knew, my cast number came in straight away, and the process was just seamless.
So you came to Wales as a student?
As a student,
okay.
Yeah.
Which level of education?
Masters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Masters in?
Public health.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For how many years?
It was just a year course. Yeah. So that got finished within the year. It was all done. Yeah. And then...
And you got a work here after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had a job, but then again, when you travel, life starts like progressing. So I met my husband at the time as a boyfriend. He did not even know he needed a visa to stay here, and I'd never mentioned it. So when I was ready to go back to Ghana, he was like, oh, I want you to stay here. And I said, no, I need to go back home. And he said, oh, what do? I said, I don't know.
Was he a Welsh?
No, he is actually Portuguese, but he lived here.
Okay.
Yeah, so then he then looked into it, and that was it then. We'd done everything, and I was here then. Okay,
let's look at your early days here in Wales. Your early days here in Wales, as a student with no family member here. Did you know anybody before coming here?
I didn't. It was just, I trusted the school. So before you come here, they give you like someone to sort of mentor you. So when I came in, it was just the school I trusted. They took you around. Someone met me down Cardiff train station at the time, took me straight to the school. So you took train
from London to Cardiff? Okay.
Yeah. So I came through Birmingham.
Okay.
They told me it's the closest to Wales.
Okay.
So then I came straight then, and someone met me down the... Okay. down the Cardiff train station
yeah.
and then straight to Treforest campus.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. No family member.
How was life?
It was cold. I remember down in Cardiff, I was shivering. I was like, oh my goodness, what's this? And yeah, I couldn't go anywhere. Just from school back to campus, down again, and that was the life. The only thing I started looking for was finding someone that would do my hair. And that's when I got to know Gladys.
Okay. So let's look at life after school, trying to find work, trying to integrate into the system.
Well, I think that was the hardest because when I was in Legon, leaving Ghana, I did not end my course. I sort of done like a, what do you call it? I can't even remember then. But it's like you do, like you pause the course, study, go back home and continue.
Yeah.
So that's what, the plan was what it was. So when it came that I had to leave here, it was quite difficult. I didn't know the system. I didn't know where to go. My plan was like, go back home, do your master's again, go to Canada or any other country and then progress. So it was hard. It was really difficult. And I remember my first job was in a mental hospital because I studied psychology in Ghana and I wanted to progress in that direction. And yeah, it was a cultural shock. Everything was like, oh, wow, okay. But I'm the type that I am very, observant, and I don't take things as it is. I just look at it and adjust to it. And that's the only thing that I think it actually helped me.
What was some of the cultural shocks?
For example, people of my age or even younger than me would tell me, oh, I've been working for the past 10 years. And I'm like, ooh, this is my first ever job. So, and people going out, drinking, and some of the things was a bit like, ooh, I couldn't do that when I was home. And yeah. And also my second job, I remember the language people will use in work. And I'll be like, that's not professional. You know, back in Ghana, when you are in work, you need to be the level of your language and all. I was really like, oh, that's a little bit unprofessional. But for them, where I was working at the time, it was more like a cordial relationship rather than professional relationship. Yeah, so that's some of the things that was quite not what I was used to.
So how many jobs, please, have you been working at for the past 11 years that you've been staying in Wales?
So I would say 4 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from the mental
health, I went into social health care.
Okay.
So I was thinking of either doing social care or, so I was just trying to work my way through it to get to know where I will fit in properly. So it was like mental health, oh, not for me. I've done that for like a year and then I move on to...
Why did you have to stop? Why?
Yeah. I think I felt like it was too institutionalized, and looking at people over there, I just felt so sorry for them, and it was just affecting me even myself. So I thought maybe that is not for me. You need to have that level of resilience to be able to do a job like that. And I think at the time, I hadn't built up that kind of resilience to be doing that job. And you don't want to go to work and come back home thinking about the people you were working with.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's why I sort of thought, no, that's the end of it. And then I went into, I had like a year maternity leave.
Okay.
And then went back into social health care, supported living. I've done that for, I think, 2 years. And then went into clinical health care where I worked in dialysis for another 2.5 years. And then I went back to uni to do nursing.
Okay.
And I've done that for 3 years. I qualified just over 9 months now.
Okay.
So now, working as a nurse.
How is it being a nurse in Wales or UK in general? I'm sure it's almost the same everywhere in the United Kingdom.
It's quite nice to work as a nurse over here. And I think what has made it really nice for me is the fact that I worked towards it. I wanted to be sure if that was the right job for me. Because nursing is a vocation. You can't just go into it if you haven't got a passion for it. So working as a healthcare before going into doing the course, I knew what I was getting myself into. So I have loved it so far, and I'm still loving it. The people you work with are so nice, and anyway, me new Ghana for me jimem, and I mean shed any attention for so me jimem, or muna or more free hanamo. Me ye ejuma wo critical care, into abrofu bebrina ewo honomo, but omo ye very nice, and ma ejuma ye really seamless for me, and yeah.
Was maybe support and I didn't come here. It was I'll be back. Me ba. Near how people can become nurse and also obit me a free social care. No, it's me. I becoming a nurse. I know say schools be a bit me. I be more so to me comedy as Zionfelix.
We are back bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bets. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway. Get way more.
I was back. I'm sitting here with maybe Sapon. Oh, Wales. I didn't come or a health practitioner right now. No, or your nurse. Oh, ha. I'm for Bina Kase Ghana for Bina to Konya. I scan a pen I and Pacific School do a che, then I'm there compare Nigeria for Nigeria for me time Cusco normal or health sector, no able banking, IT no, Ghana for the bar. Na minya na ebenya 8 hours na ebenya be 1,500 2,000 pounds e no any here. It is not always the case. Some people also spend time, go to school, and also be at that position now. Almost be able to me accommodate power no. Mavis is an example of it. She came with school. Of course, school na say, oh yeah, nurse. I will say. Let's look at some of the benefits I will enjoy as a nurse here in Wales.
I would say you choose to do what you want to do. You have more, options in terms of your career and what you want to go and what you want to do. For example, when I was a healthcare support worker, I was trained by this German company. So to leave the job and go to another company, you were quite limited. You won't be able to just wake up and say, oh, I want to go and work for that company. However, as a nurse, I can leave NHS today and go to another company and work. And it's still the basic kind of nursing you'll be doing. So it comes with that career flexibility in a way. And financial benefits, yeah, it's quite good. And also I think it does boost your confidence in a way, because I'm not the most confident person, but to be able to do the course under that condition where I have no family members here, I live with my husband and my daughter, go back to uni full time, study everything all over again. I think it does give you that sense of achievement, and it makes you want to even do more.
What kind of nurse are you?
So I am just a general nurse.
Okay.
So back in Ghana, they will say a general nurse, but over here, adult nurse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are there.
So I work in a critical care, what some people call intensive care unit. I care for people who are critically ill.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why.
Eddie.
Yes. I'm not going to lie. Me challenge is very, very demanding. Especially we've been at Mary just now, no. Now I go straight into that kind of. It's the highest you can go, no. It's very, very difficult, but it's doable.
Yeah.
I'll try to encourage people because minye who Ghana ni bia wo bibi na me wo no. Ni na ye ekroma for one Nigerian and one Gambian. Enti I keep asking myself, say, are the Ghana for any Wales and why is nobody coming over here? And I think ebimu di asha omuti say yeden. Oh, I see you. Oh, yeden. Mean to me, yeah. No. On training, you have all the necessary training. I will be to me the yeden. I practicing as a nurse over there. Yeah.
Is there vacancy? Not like is there vacancy, but is it easy say a bit more room?
I think, sir, if you are looking for it, you can get it. For me, because of some matna hanamo acheno, me nimhawa midinya ejumano. Because manko interview. Na me a student, no, na me a support work as well. On the bank. So I chose to go to different places to work out where I really want to work after. And me ko ye juma ba ko ho. And manager ni bisa me say we we school na me say I cut 2 months. And I say when ye juma na me say dey. What they me call in the office. We just had a chat and that was it. Enti kromo hadie se wo page juma was such area na critical na they need to know you first. Because you near Wales and sanity.
Was it name once?
Yes.
Even though so all qualification no.
Un se Zion kromo ha no ho no obi na wo kwhwe no in a way no a life and death wo
yeah.
Enti say ye nim wa enipa no wonti menya hwe they are unconscious. Enti bibia no na wo ye enti the trust has to come first. Although ubetimi apply from baby but it becomes seamless if they know you. And me hu ni sa nti na me call koye adwuma for some time and it was seamless process. Just got the job and then you go in. Yeah.
So how does one become a nurse here in Wales?
It depends from the angle. So for me, being educated in Ghana before here, I didn't need to write any exams. My Legon qualification, they were happy with it. And
was it the degree or?
The degree in from Legon.
First degree, no?
First degree,
okay.
They were happy with it because I had the clinical psychology background in there. I had that biological psychology in there. So that was more like enough. And I also did a course over here. The public health wasn't so much of a problem to them. They just wanted your first degree and most of your basic kind of education. So that was enough. I just presented that and they were like, yeah, it's fine. And then I had an interview as well. And it was a straightforward interview. Okay. Just to ask you a couple of questions. NMC, the code of conduct, and your Royal College of Nursing and stuff like that. And that was it.
If somebody is also a carer here, how can the person change to be a nurse? Because there are a lot of carers in the UK right now, almost in Ghana and the other countries about.
Yeah. I think it depends on the person's level of qualification.
Okay.
So, what Ghana no? So now we a graduate, just apply for it, because all they're looking for is your basic education. Oh, another thing they wanted was my SS certificate.
Okay, high school certificate.
Yeah, because they wanted to know your math, English, science.
Science, yeah.
Yeah.
Which high school?
They wanted high school near Bekawai. Me call English. I'm from secondary school. I work Kaswa.
Okay. Hold on, to Kaswa.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's my Kaswa for some time.
Okay.
Yeah. Until I want to school, until I had to send my brother Uncle J the main certificate, you know, and I'm endorse it, and I'm the Sunday me waha, and I'm the Sunday school, no, and they were fine. I even thought they would need my master's degree, and all. No, that's all they wanted. Yeah, I didn't need to write any more exams here to get in. It was just that.
Just so far so good. As a nurse.
Yeah.
If you were to trade it with any other job, would you?
So when I came here, I had opportunity because I did business SS.
Okay.
And see, with that, you know, I got myself a job with Leo's Bank.
Okay.
And it was very good. Like the prospect was really good. But looking at the Monday to Friday job, you know, I don't think I could have. It was just a bit too restricted for the bank. Yeah.
Okay.
And at the time I wasn't driving, and I was living on the other side of Newport, and to go there, and I thought, oh no. And I had at the time also had the opportunity to work in clinical care, so I was like, oh, I'll just go with the clinical care.
Okay.
And what I was doing before nursing, it was good money, because you get trained as a dialysis support worker, so you get more. Your money is higher than a normal support worker, because you've got your own patient. You practice as a nurse, but you have a nurse overseeing your care, which in England they will call it, I think, nurse associate in England. Yeah. So it was good money, I won't lie, compared to doing any other support job. But then I thought, looking at the nurse's salary at the time and what I was doing, and that passion I had for caring for people in that sense, then why not going for that qualification where you become more independent and autonomous in doing your job, rather than being told what to do by someone.
Okay.
And that's the difference between being a health carer and being a registered nurse.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, how many days in a week? How many hours in a day for you as a nurse?
I'm a full-timer, so I do 3 shifts typically a week. So, as of now, I'll work like Monday or Tuesday or whatever, 3 days a week, and every 8 weeks I do 4 shifts in a week.
Okay.
So we do 1 shift top up every 2
weeks.
Every 8 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like every 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you've come here 11 good years from 2012 to now. Acquired a lot of knowledge. And any plans of probably doing something back home? Relocating, I'm sure, will be very hard for you because you have a family here. Your husband is a Portuguese. Plans of probably setting up something, or probably a boot camp or a training for certain people in Ghana?
It has crossed my mind before. Yeah, it would be a good idea. The only thing I was thinking of is more of to train people when it comes to basic life support. Because Ghana will be charged to say, yeah, you're very going to say, not your friend, but there are basic things you and I can do to save someone's life before the medical carers or the medical professionals gets there. And when Nana made and say, yeah, they a very good idea to do that. mostly targeting university campus and senior high school campuses, like more of school campuses, just to train people. Because if you train the student, they can train their family at home as well. So it's like getting to that level, you might end up reaching so many people to know that basic life support. It's a very simple thing, but most people do not know in Ghana.
In Ghana, I mean, we be for ambulance. Yes, I've not experienced it before, but we say you catch me means this can even to full ambulance in Podiba 5 hours as neighbor. We do hospital. Yes, first cut once now. Ya my bed. We do say bed in new hall. So many complaints among for Eka. You as a practitioner here, health practitioner here, do you hear some of these things?
No. It will come Baby. How we are. You just call, depending on the level of your illness. If it's critical, you call 9999, and that will get you to A&E or AMU, and then from there you get access, and they will place you at the right department. So no.
Munchabios?
No.
It's a part of Europe that I know. I don't want to mention names of countries.
Yeah.
At times you have to book up. Oh yeah, I know. That's one for booking appointment, and they will even give you date. It won't be 2 weeks after time now. I'm like, me for booking appointment number 2 weeks after some. Is the same here in Wales?
It is. So there is that medical system over here. You need to understand it. For example, say, my sorry I no pay. My home family, you feel a little bit off, that you can go to your GP. But then, some fans say we are and you're so like demanding to be seen by a doctor today. Me fans say we experience that me and there me ochna. Then you want to think of booking an appointment for more in-depth assessment with your GP. But say, me sorry I no pay, I feel very dizzy. I can't stand. Me when this is a bit too much. Then you might want to call 111. And it's more to do with knowing the right channel to channel your illness rather than picking a call, calling 999 for headache. Or for
there's no any emergency.
No. And now so free with GP now can say, me here appointment. Yeah, they will book you an appointment for 2 weeks.
I'm like, that's my point. Me I used to see her 2 weeks of Imbra.
And me met her no. I've never rang my GP. I catch him say, bra 2 weeks time.
Okay.
You need to know how to present your case.
Okay.
Don't just pick a phone and say, I feel I've got some headache, I think. GP will tell you, I haven't got any more appointment left. I'll give you 2 weeks. Or sometimes they will say, we've got some emergency appointment. Would you like to take up?
Okay.
So it all depends on how you present your case. And I know there's been a lot of talks about, I had a free GP, no. That experience.
It depends on how you communicate.
That's it.
Or present two cases. No?
Yes. NHS no yet. If I say everyone's property.
Okay.
It's not just for you.
Timpan does no line so.
Yes. Inti sa wo pese wunya. Da bia me ne me nan fofo kasa me ka kire wo mo. Can I say? Who hit it the right way now, you get your appointment.
Just before you go, I know somebody who has brought her mom here. The mom came on a visa, a 6 months visa.
Yeah.
And the mother goes to hospital for free. Because also look at the GP on the day.
Yeah.
Is that how it works here?
I don't know so much about that, but I know so before I be bahano, ubeti our health search charge.
Yeah.
Inti wunya tuya no kwa de awoba ubeti a use.
Hospital free. And dream more be free.
But not to talk about that. Tama biye juma wo orthopedics no. India ni mami bi ba ho. apparently no now I'm be sans own channel droka. Because of that, you know, the new free Indian buy.
Okay.
And na no send you recognize it.
Oh, okay.
I remember the woman was crying. No.
So you had to buy a new one.
Yeah. And see, I don't know much about immigration and NHS.
Okay.
But there is some clauses in there that if you don't know, you might get yourself into a little bit of a pickle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Into the what advice Ghanaians say with me sure I could do that level now be nurse.
Oh yes. It's not just only nurse. NHS no. There's a lot of opportunities within the NHS. It me fancy we find ourselves at NHS more. Making sure say we be finding a way we so progress. And I also want to try to communicate your own aim and aspiration. Baby, are we no? So we na person when ya kase no na me person menye. Because na me person menye nursing since 2015. But at the time no, say me ye young can was say me full time as an international student. But was it worth it to pay that much? Into me train ya me bibiano and I call for it.
Okay. Yeah. It was free or Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then you frank coming here.
Wow.
It was
so
free.
how do people also get that opportunity? Because you know okay expensive, but how then also will be here as a level ben also be drew before so be that free teaching. No?
I think at the moment, I know say international students ebaha ebeye wabra womuntua. That came out, I think, 2 years ago. Na Cardiff University, Swansea, and South Wales, and so and no for your chroma happy.
Okay.
England and Cameroon.
Okay.
Me nin nanse no Cardiff Uni no akasa womu jai nursing. And
nursing in total say that okay.
Yeah. And there's been a talk, but I don't know. As I started, I reverse no. Until more person continue no more. Meaning how far the funding is at the moment for international students, because there was a one sign a contract after Ubishia DNA, no, we sign a sobe ejuma krum ha for 2 years, and sana wako back to krum. And now say we be continue waha ayejuma.
Oh, most of them will continue. Most of them will continue.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Enti so one person omonya eno anso be call university no on website. The 3 universities one come website apply. Omuji ye Ghana ye wasino up to English, Math, Science up to C. I think C4. Until was when you can just apply.
Oh, okay.
Get your statement of intent, proper one. Don't throw anything. So I think say, nursing no a idea. Omo person who say, and yes, you can't na obey. Until I was so won't throw say your passion, and you are doing it because you want to care for people. And yet, say yes, sikan kwenti I want to mean nursing. Because we have sikana yenyana. There are other jobs that will be more than that. It is a sikan kwenti I want to mean nursing. Inti, yeah.
Will it be up to 5,000 a month?
As your basics?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, at all. No.
But you get more than half of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the amount when you sika woman say, Semiti will say me, yeah, baby nana me ye juman sana me koye nursing, we no, or my family say bank. Enti, asem when I me ye jumano, me bookie wo honoma, and only the sika woman pan.
Bank near day?
Bank near say casual work.
Okay.
Enti, no. I don't have any contracted hours, but then say ene me kase me call ejuma, I just call them. I'm available today. How many hours do you want? 6 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know you're more than usual place now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's like, I would say it's about £10 more hourly than my usual job. No?
More?
Yeah.
Oh, so?
Hourly, yeah.
So let's say, if you're taking like 50, example,
yeah.
15 normal job there, how you take like 25?
Yeah. 25, 30, yeah.
Wow.
An hour.
That's good.
Yeah. But, ejumani yeding. Me training, me lucky. What really helped me is the fact that me start training, you know, before I make my nursing. Until let me name sa ejumano, and son I make my nursing. Because I was a woman machine, you know, how be out the kidney fail, you know, when I'll be treating, you know, until you need to know everything about the machine. And so it can be very, very difficult. Yeah.
Back to the education to become that, no. Also, international students, no. Only tell you can say you're free.
You're free. You're free. Meaning current policy, no. But I can say it's the last year. Now you're free. Okay. Yeah. But after 2025, you're checking. You're checking. Okay.
Yeah. If you're Ghanaian, now, Oba. Next one, I school now. My sister Eddie Nkomo, Mavis. Me and my family flight Abaha. We have free consultation. Sister, they are free. I watch a choir with me fast so Abaha. Abisuya Adena and I was with me. Anya Edmani. According to her, also was a contract crack. Sibia, we are 2 years or so yet more has say. After 2 years, I was come back. I say, oh, you're on national service. No, obviously, no national service. No, you have to do 2 years here. Then if you want to go back to Ghana, if you want to go back to wherever you want to go to find out what was so now what's me at us. So Mavis, thank you very much. How's family? How is it here? Combining that with Ejumana?
Yeah, very difficult. Especially say we work to say me bani say yeah. Childcare wahano very, very difficult. But like I said, no, I've been so lucky. Time I'm here, me nursing, no. Mikno ejumano, o change ni kakra. Inti me ko school na no ofi, me ofia no ko. Inti na enye so bad. And inti na Sister Gladys say me baha, or share me bana mama. Na me ko ejuma, and I say me ko yebi kakra. Enye easy. Sleepless night. You have to stay up all night. Doing my dissertation was the worst. Because it was a maintenance anajo, na men type, or bra me banada. Now, oh sorry, I'm at Nako school. Me drop in uspia, na ma beda kakra, na ma sorry, na ma type, na ma kofane free school. Next day, me call placement. Because nursing here, no, is placement 50-50. It's easy. But I knew say it was just a temporary way say. And I was so me catch and say it has to be done. And also my brother no omo nche down bro who be brisa or just say oh wako school when you know say you way day and I'm catching say it has to be done. That's the only answer. It has to be done. And yeah, until when your option be he just has to go with it. And yeah, I think so on to say in Japan. It's kind of or her say, hey, what you see catch him is here? And I'm saying,
and in case somebody wants to come here and do it, can you help such a person?
Yes, it will be more like a help to the person, guiding the person, especially with the statement of intent and things like that. For me, it's the educational side. I can. And also, I did help a friend to come here to teach as well. It's just more like getting the information, giving you the practical advice for your interview. And the more you understand the culture here and things like that, it makes it easier to meet and your man almost a free honor. And see, and only be more like advice, what to put in your statement of intent and things like that. Yeah. And
how will people, how can they contact you? Social media handles or contact phone number that people can reach out to you?
Contact number, no dear. Very flooded part. And make us say, me so active on TikTok, but make me any notification on my phone, so straight away. And make us say maybe TikTok through there. Yeah.
What's the handle for TikTok?
It's MSAP. So Mama Sapon.
Okay.
And I shorten MSAP.
Okay.
On betting ya contact me on Tinipana contact me na maybe mama nipa me phone number.
Yeah.
Na
somebody can check a crowd and take it from there.
Yeah.
So MSARP.
Yeah.
Okay. MSAP.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
you can contact my sister MSAP on TikTok. I'm taking it from there. Only TikTok I'm sure say Obia over Bible there. I mean TikTok Obia only you can get somebody's account now with me and then I chat say be on how also meeting about wills. I be share there it's me awareness. Now next time Bush Zion okay say sometime pass only my miss upon say maybe supporting come on wills awareness now no na me didn't come so say no me so about was nurse. Let's all try to help ourselves, and that's why we are always there for you. And that is why I even came all the way to Wales to be able to know how the system is. I wait me aboa a year a month for. But final words to my people before you go.
The only thing I can say, so we are Ghanaian in our Hanamo. Now per se Bibi Biano. I was saying your research, show interest, show passion. So edwuma bi mu na wo any career progression no manager enkasa obi na oye in charge no one enkasa na try say we be push won kakra enye easy ekromu a wo a lot of responsibilities, bills every month, but sacrifice that time, that money, that kind of family time to achieve something that will be a little bit sustainable for yourself and for your family in the future.
Thank you very much for watching. My name is Zionfelix. I talked to my sister who happens to be a nurse here in Wales. She's been here for a little over 11 good years. Mavis Sapon happens to be the name. Now, you didn't come on about she being a nurse, the health system here in Wales, and how you can also become a health practitioner here in Wales, whether you are in the UK or outside UK. The MD say it is open to all. Ebi oba the tuition kwa obi free na obi nso a adwuma enso so awo ho obetimi aye. So me kan earlier no. You have a lot of Ghanaians doing so well in Abuja. Mimbo obi adwuma nimtia. But people do say Ghana for there. Etu kwanya it's currently yako. Nti kodue na adwuma na benya no first na ebe shemu sa upgrade here no. Other people also come here, learn, upgrade themselves, and also go to that higher level. And my sister here is an example of such people. My name is Zionfelix from Wales in the United Kingdom. Bye-bye.